Pozdrav dragi gledatelji, nastavljamo sa AFK Show specijalom u kojem vam donosimo presjek najbitnijih tema i govornika sa nedavno održane konferencije Business in Gaming. U ovoj epizodi pogledajte što je to Metavers, kako se brandovi mogu marketinški pozicionirati u njemu, te koje su najbolje strategije za navedeno. Sve o tome će vam reći Karolina Bąkowska, menadžer za marketing strategiju iz tvrtke Gamesetu.
Evo nas natrag, dakle, nadam se da ste se lijepo malo oporavili uz jednu kavu ili uz sendvič. Vidim neki još jedu sendviče i to je sve ok. Atmosfera mora biti opuštena, ali nastavljamo s našim programom. Dakle, sada ćemo razgovarati malo o marketingu gamingu. Dakle, Metaverse je postao jedan od najpopularnijih fraza u marketinškoj industriji u posljednjih nekoliko mjeseci. Unatoč tome, virtualne marketinške kampanje nisu ništa novo. Što onda uopće jest Metaverse marketing i što bi marketinški stručnjaci trebali znati o njemu, saznaćemo od Karoline Bąkowske, koja je strategy manager u tvrtki Gameset. Karolina već duže od 5 godina pruža podršku brandovima na području društvenih medija, pritom uvijek primjenjujući inovativni pristup. Please put your hands together for Karolina, who will share her experience with us. Stage is yours.
Yes, Patrick? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here, to be invited to this great conference. I want to, like in Gameset, we are a gaming marketing agency, and we are not actually working with game dev per se. We are more connecting brands that see potential in gaming and gaming audience, since it's like super, like it's one of the most important passion points for young people, Gen Z mostly, but also millennials. And we are connecting brands, like non-endemic brands, every kind of brand basically. We work with like building companies or some, I don't know, drink brands, etc. And we are making it possible to them to market their product through gaming to gaming target groups. And of course, like in Poland, we have this, the market in Poland is huge, mostly because the success of like game dev studios like, you know, CD Projekt or 11-bit or Techland, etc. And like tens or not even hundreds more. So we understand that game dev in general is the core of gaming category in Poland, but of course there's many more like influencers, social media platforms, those more mainstream, but also those more for gamers, for example, Twitch, etc. And other things we are using to make for those brands possible to talk to gamers through these particular tools. And one of those tools is, for example, Metaverse. And this is the topic of my presentation today. But first things first, I think maybe it could be a bit controversial to say at the beginning of the Metaverse presentation, but there's ain't such a thing as the Metaverse. So yeah, thank you for having me. Bye. It's just, it's a little bit of the stretch, of course. There's no such a thing as Metaverse yet. Because as you can, maybe some of you guys know the history of internet itself. It was very complex, and it was more about evolution, not so much revolution. There were like some tools that happened all over the world, and at the point when we were able to connect everything, we had the internet we know right now. And with Metaverse, it's pretty similar. So what we're experiencing now is just the beginning of what could be in the future. And another issue with Metaverse, for now, of course, is that there's not really like universal definition of what the Metaverse really is. Like, it's also a bit controversial because as marketers, we're still debating. People who are more from the game dev part are also debating. There's no like one definition which works for all of us, but in general, we all agree that the Metaverse is 3D internet. It's basically like the future of the internet. So what we will use through like the virtual worlds, where we'll enter them via our avatars, and we will be experiencing this virtual world, of course, online. But it's also very important to talk what we are working with right now, and it's not really Metaverse since it's not really here yet. We are working mostly with meta platforms, and those meta platforms are more like social media platforms, we could say, but it's also a great place to mention that Meta is not Metaverse, and Zuckerberg does not own the whole Metaverse and will never own, hopefully. But actually, the whole infamous, I would say, presentation he did on Meta and the whole switch from Facebook to Meta actually was the beginning of the conversation about the Metaverse itself. And as you can see, on this slide, there was like the huge peak of interest on this topic after the video that Zuckerberg posted, and around 70% of internet users heard about it. And this is mostly because Metaverse was such a buzzword last year. This year we're experiencing this with AI, I would say. The Metaverse is like a little bit out of the picture. It's not that trendy, but I think in this case it's actually a good thing, because we can focus finally to actually make it work, use it properly, and not just talking about it without any basic knowledge. So yeah, meta platforms are like social media, more or less. And those I would like to refer today are mostly Roblox, Fortnite, and Minecraft, but this could be almost every like online multiplayer game. I know it also could be a stretch to say, but in general, like the metaverse-like experience when you are in a virtual world through your avatar and you're connecting with other people is like the core of gaming in this like online form, of course. And we have a lot of platforms, and I'm referring to those who are the biggest ones because it's the easiest one to enter, of course, because the users are already there, so we don't have to invite them somehow. And they're like easy to manage because we already know how to work with Fortnite, Roblox, or Minecraft, because those games are on the market for a very long time. But they're great when you want to connect with users who are like under, I would say, 24 years old. If you're looking for older target, I would, for example, recommend the Decentraland, because there are a lot of users who are over 18 years old. So for brands, I don't know, who are selling alcohol or cars, etc., those who are like aiming the older target, the Decentraland would be a place. But the question that could pop up in few heads could be where actually the game end and the metaverse experience begin. And it's actually the moment when you are using the gaming as a platform, not only to play, but to experience. For example, Polish Roblox users were kind enough to provide this example for me that I can use in many presentations right now when they decide to recreate Christian masses in Fortnite. Let's take a quick look how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna go through the whole thing, but you get the idea. They're not meeting in Roblox to compete with each other. They meet in Roblox to, in this case, recreate something from the real life, and it's actually the metaverse experience. And what we are working with brands is actually meta spaces, which is like a map or a space that brand creates on this platform. and make it their own with branding and other like engaging elements that are important for the audience, the gamers, players, and it's actually the part that works, and it's actually the one that drives those people to our experience and nothing, not other, you know. Yeah, but I also prepared like 3 things that it's super important to remember about Metaverse at the beginner level. It's nothing new. Absolutely, the idea is not new at all. The buzz that we could experience last year is mostly because of the Facebook switch. The term itself popped in this Snow Crash novel in 1992, so it's actually like older than I am, by Neil Stevenson. No, I don't know what Steven going down. Whatever. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we also experienced it somehow in Second Life, and it's also like 2004, so it's nothing new. And Second Life, for those who don't know, it's like early The Sims, but online and more role-playing, less playing as a character. Another example is from cinematic market, and it was a movie. And of course, Roblox, you could already try the Metaverse experience yourself in Roblox, which is on the market since 2006. Also important, and some hard data that could be useful. It's from Polish market, of course, but in general, like gaming trends are worldwide. Somehow, of course, like the scale is important here. Like Poland is 10 times bigger than Croatia is, but in general, like the percentage would be similar. So worldwide, we have, according to Statista, more than 5 billion internet users right now, and more than 3 of them are actually active gamers. So you can see the scale here, and 83% of those gamers, according to our research on Polish market, use games for something more than just gaming. So they experiencing something else there. And what is exactly? For example, meeting new people. No, that's nothing new. Meeting friends, of course, we are meeting with friends to compete, to play game together. Also for creating, and here the platforms like Minecraft, Roblox are like the easiest choice because they allow you actually to create something. It's not like the game that you only can play, it's the place that you can create something new there. Some building. I will show you more examples how it actually looks like, but yeah, the creating part is super important when it comes to metaverse-like experience. And another part is like presenting the way they want to. There's also super interesting research on that when it comes to teenage gamers, around 40 of them say that they can present themselves more in the game, like more precisely in the game than in the real world. So it says something about the younger generations, that they actually using the game to express themselves more freely than in the real world. For example, at school, when we know that it could be sometimes challenging because of the bullying and other issues like that. Of course, meta platforms are for gaming and also for earning money, because with creating we can sell it. Usually there's like currency in-game, but also gamers or users in this case are using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to buy something that another one created. And the most important part is that it's already working. It's not just like a dream. This is something that I can show you and prove you that it makes sense, and it worked for many brands worldwide and also in Poland. So the first video is our case for Greenpeace, and we recreated Puszcza Białowieska in Minecraft, and let's take a look how it went.
The Białowieża forest. The only lowland natural forest left in Europe. square kilometers, or 18 gigabytes of which are on Polish soil. The trees that grow here reach heights impossible to compute on any other server. A sessile oak, a spruce. Here life flourishes to the...
Yeah, sorry. It's a bit long video, but you get the idea. We recreated the whole Białowieża forest because there was like the threat that they're gonna cut it all. And with this campaign, we are able to like put it on the virtual world of Minecraft and say that, okay, so we have to act to prevent the situation when this particular forest is only in the virtual world. There's no like Białowieża forest anymore. And actually with this campaign, we're able to reach, not reach unique users, but the media coverage was around 100 million views. So it was a huge success. And it was about the Polish case, like the forest is in Poland, but it was like worldwide, it spread worldwide, and a lot of people knew the issue because of that. So what I am trying to say that it could be super useful at this stage when it's like still new and fresh to create a great media buzz about something important or about your brand, which is also important. Another important, another thing that we can do with Metaverse campaigns is to reach the unreachable. And I'm talking about the young people that are not using, they're not watching TV, they're not reading newspapers, they're not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram, maybe on TikTok, maybe some other platforms, but it's very hard to reach them. And with gaming, with Metaverse-like experiences on gaming platforms, it's possible. And this is a great case how to do that.
Ce chiffre glaçant aujourd'hui en France, un enfant est tué par ses parents tous les 5 jours. Un tous les 5 jours, c'est énorme, c'est ce qui ressort d'un rapport.
Fortnite, plus qu'un jeu, c'est aussi un réseau social
qui compte plus de 250 millions d'adeptes.
L'enfant bleu a créé un personnage virtuel dans le jeu vidéo Fortnite.
Yeah, it's also quite a long video, but in general, the whole campaign was about reaching the children in Fortnite, and through this avatar, this foundation was actually able to help them. Like I'm aware that the topic is a bit heavy, but it shows us that it could be useful not only for marketing our product, but also like for a good cause. But the whole mechanism is there and ready to use for whatever you want to. And another example is Hyundai in Roblox, and it's all about just brand awareness. Yeah, so Hyundai basically created this whole world in Roblox, which is all about Hyundai, and users were able to try car there, learn a lot about the brand itself, and of course, like Roblox users are not necessarily the market for Hyundai right now, but in a few years they will be. So we are building like a brand awareness through this campaign for the future. And we saw actually a lot of examples of this kind of activities from banks and other categories. And why I'm telling you that it's working, we have also research for that. 37% Metaverse users discovered new online brands or products or services thanks to the virtual world. So we are actually able to reach them through this particular tool, and we are also able to convince them to buy or at least to consider our brand. Next one is Nike in Roblox. Just a little bit to show you.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, been waking up in the crib, sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react. And I've never been embraced, and the money's hard.
Yeah, and this is the part I wanted to show you was the shop, because we will be soon able to also sell through the Metaverse platforms. And the fact that Nike's already created this map with the shop like already older shows that it will happen really soon. And fortunately, users are also ready for that, because our research says that 40% of them want to be able to purchase real products in the Metaverse that they could use in the offline world. So it will be just a tool to buy actual products, not only like online products or services. And another example is Animal Crossing. I was trying to show you like the diverse examples of games, because I know it's more about like game dev today. And I also would like to encourage everyone to consider in-game placements, which could be super tricky, because we already heard that in general, game is like a piece of art, and it's sometimes super hard to, on the one hand, manage expectation of the brand who wants to brand everything and show the product on every possible moment, and also like the side of the developer itself, who is trying to create something based on the vision, etc. But it's possible in those like Metaverse-like experiences, because the game is already there, like the platform is already there, and we are actually using it as a tool without, I don't know, debating too much with the vision. We are just with the like modes that are in games. When we can create whatever we want without the necessity to, you know, evolve the game dev to put something, and it's more natural this way for everyone interested, also the users who are like on the end of the line and actually using it at the end of the day. Yeah, but Animal Crossing was super popular game during the pandemic, and the whole game is about creating the islands, and KFC created their own for the users.
President Rodrigo Duterte has approved the extension of the enhanced community quarantine in Luzon.
Now, the Philippines is extending its lockdown in some areas.
For tightened lockdown restrictions once again.
KFC recently went on their Philippines Facebook account to reveal that their latest location is based in Animal Crossing. They've created a fully...
Yeah, so it's mostly about engagement in this case, but it shows greatly that with almost every game that it's online multiplayer with like the creating mode that we can do for a brand whatever our imagination allows that, and sometimes also what the publisher allows that, because it's another heavy topic to cover maybe in another presentation. That's it from me. Thank you very much. And before, I would also like to recommend you the Metaverse book by Matthew Ball. It's not an ad, unfortunately. I just like the book, and I think it covers the topic pretty widely, and if you're interested and want to know a little bit more, I think it will be a great start. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Karolina, for your real interesting presentations, really cool presentations. We finally see some gaming images and scenes.